thanks for inviting us in. It's now 5 o'clock, and tonight there are lots of questions surrounding the future of the Delphi murders case.
In just the last 2.5 hours, the judge announced the defense attorneys are withdrawing their representation. Now, Richard Allen was expected to go on trial in January for the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German.
But without defense attorneys, the judge said today this trial isn't going to happen for some time. We've got comprehensive live team coverage for you tonight from Emily Longnecker and Bob Segall. They've been at the Allen County Courthouse in Fort Wayne all day.
They join us live now with a look at what they may have learned and what's next for the case that's had Central Indiana's attention for 6.5 years now, guys.
Felicia and Scott, what a shock at the Allen County Courthouse today. The Delphi murders trial scheduled for January, now on hold because defendant Richard Allen has no defense counsel. That announcement came today from Judge Segall in an announcement that even seemed to take her by surprise.
We've had an unexpected turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier this afternoon, the defense attorneys have withdrawn their representation of Mr. Allen. Mr. Baldwin made an oral motion to withdraw. I granted that oral motion to withdraw, and Mr. Rosie will be submitting a written motion to withdraw, I'm assuming within the next couple of days. They have confirmed with the court that Mr. Allen's financial situation remains static, meaning he is continuing to be entitled to appointed counsel. I will reach out to public defenders to make that appointment. As Mr. Allen is now without counsel, I've ordered him transported back to the Department of Correction.
Richard Allen was in the courthouse today, but we did not see him. As you just heard, the judge ordered him returned to the Westville Correctional Facility because without any attorneys here to help represent him, she thought there was no need for him to actually appear in the courtroom. So, what's next? Well, Richard Allen will be appointed new attorneys. That will be hopefully announced here in the next couple of weeks. All evidence was ordered to be returned to the state from his former defense attorneys. And we know there will be an October 31st hearing to discuss next steps. We believe that will include setting a new trial date. The judge said that the trial that is currently scheduled for January 8th to begin then, that is not going to happen. So also today, the families of murder victims Abby Williams and Libby German, they were inside the courtroom. My colleague, Emily Longnecker, was outside court as they exited. Emily, what did you see?
Well, Bob, you know, we wondered what everyone's reaction would be to this bombshell announcement, but we didn't hear from anyone as they left today. And remember, there is a gag order for all the parties involved in this case, the investigators, the counsel, and the family members, everyone. So no one would talk. And let's take a look at folks as they were leaving today. Take a look. That is Prosecutor Nick McClelland leaving, and he had nothing to say today as he left the courthouse. Libby German's grandparents were also here, Mike and Becky Patty. They also remained quiet as they left. Investigators said nothing as they left today. All of these folks arrived early and they left quickly when the hearing was over. Now, we learned from defense filings this morning that there was some kind of leak out of Baldwin's office, not by staff, but by someone close to Baldwin who had access to his office space. And defense was concerned that this could possibly disqualify them. So they filed a memorandum this morning saying a disqualification would be an extreme remedy to take. And this filing seemed to indicate that they were fighting to stay on the case. Then this afternoon, that decision announced by Judge Gall that the defense attorneys for Richard Allen were quitting, were withdrawing. And Judge Gall saying today that Allen will likely be appointed a new counsel at that October 31st hearing, but also then indicating today that this trial was going to be delayed, and obviously that has got to be difficult for these families. They've waited 6.5 years.
So we'll have much more coming up on the hearing today, including how much money the defense counsel has been paid up to this point, starting at this point moving forward. Richard Allen's defense will be starting back at square one as we move forward and wait to find out what happens next in the Delphi murders case. Back to you.
All right, Bob Segall and Emily Longnecker in Fort Wayne for us tonight. We've got complete coverage, including the timeline of how we got to this point. You can scan the QR code that you see here. That'll take you right to WTHR.com/Delphi.